What is up, everybody? Today in this video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 baits that you could possibly use in the summertime. Now, summertime is the best, in my opinion, is some of the best times to fish. The bass are going to be moving a little deeper, so most likely they're going to be schooling, so you have a lot better chance. The spring is moved away, we're moving deeper. So yeah, let's get into it. So at number 5, we've got the Yum Green Pumpkin Senkos. So guys, these are really good, especially when using them in a little bit deeper water. Now these really, I love using these on wacky rigs. Sometimes you can cut them in half and use them as Ned rigs. Those do work too. Sometimes you can use them as Texas rigs, but normally I use these as weightless wacky rigs. These are my favorites when using in murkier water and deep murky water is what I like to use these guys in. And these guys are pond monsters, especially in the summer. So yeah, Yum Senkos. Next up is actually a crankbait that I found in the river floating. So honestly, I've been using it for a while, and yeah, it's been pretty good. The deep diving crankbait. So guys, it's a little crankbait. It's not the biggest thing ever, but it has a very long lip. 14 feet of water, it says. Now, this guy is gonna put some, it's pretty heavy for its size. It's about say 1/4 to a 3/8. So, don't get too high on the line because it's not low, it's not that high. I recommend fluorocarbon for this. Now, the reason why I didn't recommend any line on the Yum Senkos is basically you can use anything for Senkos. But I like 14-pound fluorocarbon on these guys. That has the accessibility to let it sink, and it has more action when you use fluorocarbon. I'm not saying you can't use mono or braid, but my second option would be monofilament because sometimes stretch can help action. Stretch sometimes helps action. But we're getting to the ability to attract fish on this guy. For crankbait, it's amazing. Can't get any better than it. Now, this guy is my go-to when it is cloudy. This guy is my go-to when it's a little higher water and it's cloudy. I like to use this in a little bit clearer water, but if it's cloudy conditions and deep conditions, then you are set up perfectly. So deep diving crankbait is my number 4. Next up is actually a little, let's move away from the summer, but you can still use this in the summer, 100%. But if you are not catching fish in the deep, you need to use this bait, the crawl bug. Now this guy is a monster when using close-up banks. If I'm not catching fish in the deep, I use this on a Texas rig. I cast it kind of down the bank, and it is amazing when catching big and small bass. So now, murky conditions, I like to throw these in cloudy conditions and a little bit, and like I said, I like to cast these on the bank. I like to cast these closer to the bank, my bad guys. And this guy I really love, just personally. They're not that expensive, so yeah, go get them. I think I got these at Bass Pro Shops, and I think they were $4 for I think it was a 12-pack, I forgot, but yeah, the crawl bug. I think this is a Strike King, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Strike King Rage Tail. This guy is amazing. So yeah, my number 3. Now next up is a bait that I've had for about 2 weeks. In the 2 weeks I've had it, I've caught monster bass on it. The buzz bait, baby. This is the only top water that you will see on this. Now, the reason why I love this buzz bait is the ability to catch big bass. Now, guys, this one really comes with a requirement. Not necessarily a requirement, like almost. Well, it comes with a pretty big, let's say requirement. Braided line is a absolute must. I'm not saying you can't use it on monofilament or on fluorocarbon, but braid will definitely help you catch more fish. Braid, the action is so much more better with braid, and I like to use 20 pound because this is a big buzz bait, and I would prefer a bait caster, but spinning reels do help you a little bit. So the buzz bait I like to throw very deep water, deep as you can get. And so I got a trailer on this the other day, and I was borrowing my buddies. So I was borrowing my buddies to catch fish. And then I finally got my own trailers the other day, and I've caught even more bass on it. So if you get the right buzz bait, and if you fish it at the right time, the right place, you are going to catch fish. Like I said, deep conditions, murky water, and I like to throw this in a little bit more cloudy conditions. That's my go-to when all those conditions match up. So yeah, buzzbait. Now at number 1, and this guy is absolutely insane. I like to fish this guy a little deeper, murky water. We have the swim jig, baby. This guy is a monster. Now, I like to fish these guys in ponds, actually. It's really good while fishing in bigger ponds, or even lakes, like smaller lakes. So, this guy is really good in murky waters, cloudy conditions, and fish pretty deep. I like to throw these swim jigs as deep as you can, but the thing is with swim jigs is you have to be a little bit more, let's say, specific on the time. I like to fish these either early morning, late afternoon. So, yes, this guy is absolutely crazy when fishing really deep, like I said, and I'm going to go over it again. Murky water, cloudy conditions, and I can't really say anything else much than that, is that this is a summertime catcher. And it's not that big. I mean, it's not the biggest one, and it's also not very expensive. I forgot what brand it was, but try to find the cheapest one possible, because sometimes the cheaper ones will actually catch more fish than the expensive ones. Because sometimes the expensive ones will try to make you bite just because that they are more expensive, if you know what I'm talking about. Just because they look better. Sometimes companies will try to make you bite just because of the way it looks, and sometimes it could actually be complete garbage. But yeah, the swim jig at number 1. So guys, before we leave, I just want to talk about some mistakes that people do in the summer. Now, sometimes people will fish the wrong line, and that could end up costing them. So guys, when you are fishing crankbaits, do not ever use braid when you're fishing crankbaits. Unless it is a little, let's say, anything over 15-pound braid, don't use on crankbaits. Because I have seen many people break their line when using crankbaits because they like to fish around heavy cover when using crankbaits, and braid doesn't go typically well around heavy cover, except using topwater lures around heavy cover, because technically it doesn't go on it goes on top of the heavy structure. So when you're casting around docks, or just around docks period, I would not use braid unless you're fishing topwater. So that's what I've learned that lesson multiple times, because I've broke off many valuable lures when using braid around heavy structure. Like I said, topwater is a braid must. Topwater is made for braid. And other than that, if you use fluorocarbon with crankbaits, you should be 100% fine. But braid with crankbaits does not work too good. So, hope you guys enjoyed my video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.